Mason Mount is emerging as a summer target for Manchester United, and they are really still keeping Harry Kane as a priority to Manchester United. Welcome to United Matters channel. How are you guys and where are you watching us from? This is what we call the transfer news show of the United fans that are really so much surging onto this channel. Rokan David is my name. Smash the like button, comment and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, lower right bottom corner is the place to be. Now today, a story has been put out by Jacob Steinberg, he's a football reporter for The Guardian, that Mason Mount is emerging as a summer target for Manchester United, whose priority remains a move for Harry Kane. Mount is increasingly likely to leave Chelsea and is a cheaper target than Bellingham. Liverpool also in for Chelsea midfielder. Now, you have to first ask yourself, where does Mason Mount play? Mason Mount plays as a central attacking midfielder. How many players are we having at United that can play into that position? We are having Bruno Fernandes, Eriksson, Sabitzer, Donny van de Beek, and Sancho is the latest that the manager is really trying to usher into that position. Now, I know the reason as to why this story is being traded like this. It's simple. First and foremost, Mason Mount is left with one year on his contract. From 30th June 2023, from the start of June 30th this year, he will be left with 1 year on his contract. One, he's pushing for a new contract at Chelsea. All is trying to do the needful by really informing them that I want to go, and is putting himself in the shop window because he has fallen into the pecking order of the manager of Chelsea. The arrival of Enzo Fernandez has really reduced the chances of Mason Mount to start in that midfield position of Chelsea. When you look at the style of play that Graham Potter really wants, he doesn't really play with players like Mason Mount. He's suitable for a 3-4-3 or a 3-4-1 or a 3-5-2. In that system, he just needs a double pivot. You get? He needs a double pivot, 3 forwards and 2 wide wingers, 2 full backs. You get 2 wing backs. That's it. So Mason Mount looks like he is no longer in the most important players that Graham Potter is really looking at. That's it. He's no longer there. One, even before he got an injury, most of the games he was coming off the bench, and some of the games he was not even named in the match squad. Now, to me, when I read this story, I sense that the agent of Mason Mount is trying to make an alarm or send a message to teams outside there that my players are viable. But I think Chelsea will sell him. Chelsea will sell him. Graham Potter is looking at other players to bring into that midfield of Chelsea, likes of Caicedo. You get? He doesn't want a player like Mason Mount. Not really. Why? Because Enzo Fernandez, if I told you having Caicedo and Kovacic, can get that job done. He plays more than Mason Mount when it comes to that role, and he creates more. He has more goals onto him. He's a more gifted player and talented. You know, I've seen very many people coming out and really hailing Mason Mount. To me, Mason Mount is not a talent that you look at and say, all right, that is a talent that you have to reckon with. You get? There is nothing special that Mason Mount does. You get? Apart from this hyping coming in from the English media. But you can't tell me that Jude Bellingham, you get? If you are hailing Jude Bellingham, you are also hailing Mason Mount. That's like degrading and taunting Jude Bellingham. Jude Bellingham is a pure talent. Mason Mount is a usual talent. And what has held him up the sky was simple, that by the time he came in at Chelsea back from loan, Frank Lampard never had money to buy because Chelsea had been banned for 1 year without signing players. That's why the Mason Mount, Reece James, and Tammy Abraham got a chance to play under Chelsea. But at the level at which Chelsea is playing, Mason Mount, to me, I wouldn't love him at Manchester United because he's not better than Donny van de Beek. If Donny van de Beek can pick up himself and find himself into the starting positions of that team of United again under Erik ten Hag, then you can talk about Mason Mount. And secondly, the amount of money they really want to buy him, that is really a lot of money. Ten Hag is a manager who doesn't believe in English talent unless otherwise it's extraordinary, like Jude Bellingham. Jude Bellingham is an exceptional talent. You get? Harry Kane is too an exceptional talent, but I believe he is old. That's why I don't agree with signing him at Manchester United. That's it. But Mason Mount at Manchester United, I see him nowhere near coming to Manchester United. I respect the journalists, the stories they are putting out, but if Erik ten Hag signs like Frankie de Jong, that means Eriksen is going to be playing as a central attack midfielder, battling with Bruno and Donny van de Beek. You get? Now, how can Erik ten Hag go out and spend money onto this guy? I've even seen stories outside there that he's worth £75 million. A player left with 1 year on his contract. How come his cost is really £75 million? That's out. And I've seen this value onto the player transfer. I said, and they putting in consideration that this player is left with 1 year on his contract. And I think if at all I'm Chelsea, with the amount of money they spent in the summer transfer window of 2022 and the winter transfer window of this year, I think it's better to cash in for this player. Teams will come out and take him. For Liverpool, maybe Jurgen Klopp would love to have a player like him. But I don't think Erik ten Hag is an admirer of this player. Ten Hag, on record, he said when he was asked why he's not signing in English players, right? He came out and said they're expensive and most of them are having low quality. Those are the words of Erik ten Hag. So I don't see this story as a very serious story. That's why I've gone ahead to do it, to let you know that I don't see United coming in to going for Mason Mount. The only avenue or loophole that would have found us in a position of signing this player is simple. If at all he was a free agent. That's why United would have gone ahead to sign him. Do you know why? We are really not having enough money to back us up into the summer transfer window. Even if we get in more players, we will always find ourselves in positions of violating it. So if you're having a Mason Mount on a free, he can come in and battle it up, but there is no way you tell me that we are going to get money and buy Mason Mount. Yet in that position, Erik ten Hag is nowhere near demand for a player. We are not in deficit for a position where Mason Mount plays. Otherwise, Mason Mount will be surplus to requirement at Old Trafford. We are having plenty of players who can play to that position. Even if we retain Sabitzer can play there. Bruno, Donny van de Beek, Eriksen, Sancho. If you bring in Frankie de Jong, he can play to that position. You get? So we are having very many players at the club right now. Kobe Mainoo, he can do the job. Zidane Ikbo can do the job. So I see no reason as to why you're going in for this guy. And I don't find meaning in this story. I'm not trying to undermine Jakob Steinbach, but I don't find a lot of sense in it, and that's why I'm disputing it 100%. Now, Manchester United is going to play a game of football against Rio Betis like an hour from now, and I'm going to be live an hour from now onto this channel. But the confirmed squad is as follows. Rio Betis, we are having De Gea, Butland, Heaton goalkeepers, Dallo, Lindelof, Shaw, Varane, Martinez, Bissaka, Maguire. Those are the defenders available. Casemiro, Kobe Mainoo, Scott McTominay, Bruno, Freddy, Those are the midfielders. Then the forwards, Pelestri, Anthony, Rashford, Sancho, Elanga, Garnacho, and Wout Weghorst. That's it for now. Here onto the channel of United Matters channel. So guys, thank you very much for watching in through. That is it. I had to talk about Mason Mount and react to it because I thought that I'm going to have time. I'm not going to be having time because later is going to be a very busy day. Match day live, the match build up, then the match reaction. We're going to be having a very long day today. So guys, that's what I had to do for you, and I think we've enjoyed it. Your reactions are welcome in the comment section below. But to me, Mason Mount to Manchester United, I don't see it increasing even. I don't see it happening. May the Almighty bless you abundantly. I sign out for now. See you later.